Yo, what's up, Noah? Thanks for coming on short notice, man.
I appreciate the invite, man. Appreciate the invite.
Come on in, man. Let's check it out.
The house out here.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Wesley Chapel. So yeah, man. What do you think so far?
It's a nice house, man. It's a nice house.
You said you wanted to do something different today, right?
Yeah, I was thinking, I got some questions that the viewers at home might be wondering about you. You're doing these videos for a while now. Figured, ask some questions of the people at home.
I suppose. It's a little something new, something different.
All right. I'd say for the first question, what got you into the realtor, business, and how long have you been in here for?
So I've been in the real estate games for almost 3 years now. Come July, it'll be 3 years. Kind of just fell into it. I got laid off during the pandemic and saw a few of my buddies kind of killing it in the real estate game. So I decided to join them, and here we are 3 years later.
Cool, man.
Yep.
What can you really tell us about this gorgeous property out here in Wesley Chapel? What makes it unique versus a lot of the other ones getting built?
So the most unique feature about this property is one that it's brand spanking new. Now, a lot of people who want to live here have to wait probably a year from contract to close, whereas here, this is ready to move in today. Brand spanking new. And it's super luxurious too, man. I mean, look.
Yeah, this is a nice little house, man.
Yeah, man.
Setup and everything.
Yep. What do you think of the kitchen?
Oh, kitchen's beautiful, man. You got this big island here.
This island is probably the biggest island I've ever had the chance of selling in a home. It's probably, 10 feet by 5 feet, I want to say?
So a lot of people at home know that you're into the realtor business, and a lot of people also know that you're into sports cars.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance your blend with sports cars and realtor?
So I think the important thing about being in the real estate business is having a social aspect of it so that you can attract those kind of people who share the same interests as you. And so my ideal client are also kind of into sports cars too. So that's how I blend play with work, is when I go to car shows, car meets, I make friends with people who are also in the car enthusiast community. And that's how I do that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of find a mixed interests and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, what's your favorite feature about this home, and what do you say captivates you the most about it?
The kitchen. We are standing in this kitchen at this moment. Obviously, we talked about the huge kitchen island. This has a gourmet kitchen setup. So we have the stainless steel hood that vents to the exterior of the home. We got 5 burners. We have the quartz countertops and a farmhouse sink. I think that's more than a few things that you ask for. You only ask for one thing, right?
It's all good. The more information, the better.
Yeah.
I know you said earlier that you've been in the business for about 3 years. What do you think, how do you think you've used your experience in the past 3 years to provide the best service for your clients?
So prior to real estate, I was general manager for a retail store selling shoes. And the experience in that business with customer service kind of translated perfectly into this industry where I put my customers first, relationships over transactions, and it has given me some great success in my career so far. At least I feel like I have. Yeah, this kitchen is super nice, man.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit of information about the neighborhood this property's in and what makes it special?
So we're in the Esplanade of Wesley Chapel, pretty much in between the Grove and Wiregrass. And what's special is it's pretty much near all the amenities. There's a resort style pool, there's a gym, and obviously you can take a bike ride down Wiregrass Ranch and take you straight to Wiregrass. I mean, that's pretty cool features, no?
Right. You get to have a little bit of all the cool stuff around here.
Yeah, man.
I'd say, how do you handle the balance between showcasing a house's features and also respecting the privacy of the current owner?
So in this case, we got it easy because it's vacant. So respecting the owner's privacy is probably pretty easy in this case, but if I were to sell a home where the seller lives in the property, I would ask them to, hide personal belongings, put their valuables in a safe, just so they don't risk the, people spying and, just having stuff stolen from them and so forth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I get you.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some memorable moments that you've had showing properties to people?
So I'll tell you about my very first day in the real estate business. I had my first showing, and the owner's son was drunk, wasted, and was highly against them selling the house. So I had to deal with that. Thankfully, my buyers did not want to buy that house, and we never had to return to that property ever again.
People, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
What are some go-to strategies for marketing a property to attract the right buyers in today's market? I know it's really tough out there.
It's a tough market, man, but I think it's all about quality when it comes to your video marketing. That's why I got you to help. Social media, running ads, having quality signs put in the neighborhood, having open houses. Those are all important factors in marketing the property, 100%.
So, I know that you've, hired me to do your video stuff. We've got new equipment and stuff to make the videos come out a little bit better. But what are some other ways that you incorporate technology and social media into your real estate business? Kind of connect with clients and other people.
Yeah, so right here, where is it? Actually, I don't have it on me. Oh, I do actually. Right here is a piece of technology, believe it or not. These are the Ray-Ban Stories. These are video glasses, so I put them on. I can record some footage wherever I am, hands-free. It provides some pretty good behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, or action videos. I'm driving my car on the track, or taking a bicycle ride, or I'm just out doing my thing in the field working. So videos is definitely where it's at. I leverage video marketing whenever I can. So another cool thing that we didn't discuss earlier about the house is that we added about 12 feet by 5 feet right here, about 60 square feet of living space to add to the dining area. So on the standard floor plan, it was just up to here basically. So that's probably another cool feature of the home that we didn't talk about yet.
Nice. So why don't you tell us about a unique or creative approach that you use when you're trying to sell a house?
Oh man, there's so many creative things that I've done to sell a house. I used my drone and I flew around the property and I edited it as if there was a helicopter piloting around the house, and I used that to market the property, and I posted on social media and got some pretty good feedback.
Yeah, a lot of people like the drone stuff nowadays, especially.
Yeah, 100%, man.
What are some ways that you ensure that your clients' needs and preferences are met when you're selling them a property?
So I always try to make sure I talk about their timeline to move or sell. And because not everyone is the same. Everybody's situation is different. So you want to make sure you set expectations as soon as you meet them. Because one person wants to buy now, one person wants to buy later. Every person has a different plan of attack when it comes to the need to buying or selling real estate.
Right on. People are trying to get houses a lot, especially, nowadays.
Yeah.
What are some tips that you have for potential buyers who are trying to get their, Florida dream home?
So don't rush into it. Hire me or someone you trust. Now, I'm not going to be able to work with everybody, but hire a realtor that you trust, that you know and trust from referrals, and know someone that's experienced. Tips and tricks is to don't go over your budget. If I was to give you one tip, don't go over your budget. So hire a good realtor like myself and know your budget and stick to your budget.
Nice. Good advice.
Yeah, man.
Why don't you tell us about a time where you went above and beyond and exceeded the client's expectations during a real estate transaction?
Every single time, man. Go to my Google. Everyone is always ecstatic about how I treated them during the transaction. But, if I want to talk about a specific time, I'll talk about my very first transaction that I closed. My clients, in the heat of the pandemic, they bought the house sight unseen, but it was because I was able to give them really high quality video tours for them, and I just uploaded it to YouTube and send them off, and they bought the house basically sight unseen. So yeah.
So I know being a realtor probably heavy load for anyone to do.
Yeah, man. 100%.
Especially in this busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So how do you manage a work-life balance with such a demanding industry while still having your own interests, like your sports cars and all that?
I think it's important to use a calendar. To use a calendar just so you can actually put things in place to where you want to hang out with your family, you want to focus on work that week. But I think the beauty of being in the real estate business is I'm 100% on my own. I'm self-employed and I'm totally in control. So it's on me if I want to do work-life balance, where one week I focus on 100% work, and then one week I could just take my foot off the gas, focus on quality time with my friends and family.
Right on. What do you think is your favorite room in this house? And why does it hold such a special place in your heart?
Kitchen, 100% the kitchen. Just because of, this particular kitchen is just mesmerizing. But my kitchen in my house is pretty humble, but I always spend time there cooking some pretty good meals, and you can attest to that, right?
Oh, I can attest to it, man. You're always cooking them something good.
Yeah, man.
So, I know negotiation, haggling, that's a really big thing, any business, but especially, when people are trying to get their house, for example. So how do you handle negotiations during the selling process? Make sure that you get a win-win outcome, not only for yourself, but for the client as well.
It's important to listen to what the other side is saying and come to a compromise. And honestly, sometimes you can't compromise and some deals fall apart, but it's important to at least listen to the other side of the story and represent your seller's best need as best as you can. Like I said, some deals fall apart because two people butt heads, they can't come to an agreement. So unfortunately, that's just how the way the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah, you gotta shatter a couple eggs to break an omelet,
Yeah, man.
So last question I got for today is, why don't you tell us about a particularly rewarding experience you've had, being a real estate professional out here in Wesley Chapel?
I think being able to buy my first property based solely on the income that I've earned doing real estate. Obviously, I'm a real estate agent, and I wasn't a homeowner not until last year. So it was kind of ironic that I'm helping people buy and sell homes, and I myself am not a homeowner. But as of August of last year, I was a homeowner. So I think that's one of the milestone things I can think about. All right, Noah, I think it is time for you to go. I gotta get home to my wife in time for supper. So I'm gonna show you the door, man.
Appreciate you inviting me out again, Chris.
Yeah, man. And you guys watching, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.